Hi there. I have a channel message for you for your highest good, and I trust that it found you at the right time. Now, a few things. First of all, I went to a music festival on Sunday and I got very sunburnt. Just so you know, before you say anything, I just wanted to get that out of the way and just clear the air. So you know why my face isn't super uniform in colour, but I'm okay. It's gotten a lot better. I don't want to harp on about it too much, but shout outs to my parents too, who did ask me if I wanted to wear a hat, and I said no. So shout outs to them. But anyway, the craziest thing happened though, before I sat down to do this reading, like literally 2 minutes before I was going to sit down, I got mail, right? And this book arrived, Animal Speak. The Spiritual and Magical Powers of Creatures Great and Small by Ted Andrews. And I thought I'll open this to a random page, not even to like read on the video, but just as some kind of like divination exercise. Let's open it to a random page and see what I need to hear right now. And it's so incredible how it happened. I thought I've got to share this. So they're talking about eagles and the eagle totem. It says both the bold and the golden eagle have come to symbolize heroic nobility and divine spirit. These eagles are the messengers from heaven and are the embodiment of the spirit of the sun. I just got really itchy, sorry. They are also symbols of the rediscovery of the inner child. There once was a belief that as old age approached, the eagle's eye would grow dim. My eye just got itchy. Maybe that's why. The eagle's eye would grow dim, and the eagle would then fly so near the sun that it would become scorched. It would then seek out a pure water source and dip itself 3 times into the clear water, and its youth would be destroyed. So some of you might need to hear that. I don't know what this is all about. It's talking about the fire of the sun and the clear water being opposite elements that are like being brought into harmony through some alchemical process in this massive transformation. And it says there must be involvement with creativity. 3 is the number of new birth in creativity. It says a willingness to experience extremes in a controlled condition and thus facilitate the alchemical process in your life. And it says a willingness to use your passions to purify, in brackets, flying into the sun, and to use your abilities even if it means being scorched a little. So there's totally a message here. It does say too a willingness to seek out the true emotional aspects of oneself and immerse yourself within them, and by doing so rediscover the lost child and awaken a higher sense of purity, passion, creativity, healing, and spirituality. So I've acted that out in real time. I'm just going to leave that book there just in case I want to reference it later. But there could really be a message there for some of you about like some of you are radiating or like coming into some really clear truth about a situation or who you are. And it's like scorching you a bit. Like you're feeling the heat, like you're like feeling the burn, and you're like, man, like I've never held this frequency before, or like this amount of truth, or I've never like radiated as my authentic self. And people are getting like fried, like they don't know how to deal. They don't know this version of you. They don't understand your ideas. It's all too much for some of them, and they're feeling the heat. This could just be for some of you, like I really think there's something there. And it's not obviously not a coincidence that I opened it to that page after I got a bit scorched. But yeah, anyway, I've been getting like portals too, like seeing portal numbers and just getting the ideas of like windows and doors being like portals to other dimensions, and driving past like trucks with big window panes on them. Seeing like 101, which is like my portal number, or like 26. Yeah, and I've just been seeing a lot of like 000 and 888. I've been seeing that all morning. And there's something about monkeys. There's something about chimps for some of you. Super random, I know. Could be some kind of evolutionary message, going back to nature, tribal. the equilibrium between the individual self and like group dynamics. I had a Reiki healing this morning, and I just saw chimps in the meditation, but I'm still kind of trying to get to the bottom of that. But anyway, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. And a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Really interesting. So this is trine energy right here. So it's like this thing that you've had to go through, or this tough cycle, or this completion of some kind of a project, or like building something. It's literally going to be a gift. Like your ability to help other people will be a gift. Like it will be so easy for you to share this experience, or like share some kind of physical wealth, or like share your abundance with somebody, like because of some kind of work that you've been putting in and some kind of a completion of a cycle. It's literally going to be too easy to give to people. So make sure you share your abundance at this time, even if it's just energetic abundance. And then a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. So you're getting a lot of cardinal energy too with that Capricorn and the Libra square. But there could be like a new love interest, or just a new project. And it's like, could just be the energy of like something that you've been working on for a long time, to the point where you're excited that it's going to be done, and it's just been a big it's been a big effort to get this done. So now you're just looking forward to something new, like a new work project, or something that's going to be exciting because it's just a bit of a change. Like, or it could just be a romantic, like a love interest or something, just some kind of love, something new coming in, because you're clearing out this old thing, like something's coming into completion. So that's really good energy. What is this old project? I get wolf instinct. So maybe something that you've had to work on, like with a group, but you have to show up as an individual. Like you're needed because of your abilities, and like you have instincts about something. It's like you're some kind of an expert, I'm getting. Like you're very experienced in, you have some kind of a skill, or like some kind of an ability. And it's like you were sort of needed in some kind of a group endeavor, but like as an individual, I'm getting maybe like some clarity on that. White Raven spirit, trust in the magic. Maybe things just work for you, and it has other people like a little bit perplexed, because like you're very like adept. Capricorn's very adept in the physical world and in the mystical feminine waters, in that empty space too. It can bring things from the divine and the empty space over and manifest them into the physical, like it's the sea goat. You might be a Capricorn, but it's like you have instincts and powers. It's like you have magical abilities. Maybe you're like in the corporate world, but like you do energy work, or like you're just around other people who don't fully understand like the higher dimensions that are occurring around them, and like they just don't understand that side of life. So you just like blow people's minds sometimes, potentially, because of these abilities. But maybe it would be good to and like you don't want to be casting your pearls or anything, like if you know sort of thing, but maybe there are some people around you who you can bless with this knowledge, and you can kind of team up. Because there might be some kind of a new project that's a little bit more fulfilling for you. If you're with people who, and I'm just seeing the purple here, like people who have that higher understanding and like the higher chakras, like maybe you can team up with somebody like that. And it's like, this rainbow keeps coming up for me. Like, really interesting. I had a conversation with somebody yesterday about rainbows. So, yeah, blessings. And I think the blessings are going to come when it's like you're either sharing new ways of doing things. It doesn't have to be like occult knowledge, but just like giving your knowledge to people, or just sharing like some kind of physical abundance. But I'm really getting that like through some kind of cooperation or teamwork with this fairies card, it's like you can create like a new kind of earth magic in the world. And like with all this cardinal energy here, it's like healing I'm getting with the Virgo is like healing through some kind of new cardinal energy, like Libra and Capricorn. Such an odd pairing. But it's like a new love of work because, and I'm really picking up on this frequency right now too, because Capricorn is like, Capricorn can be hard work. It can be like getting stuck in and doing the hard physical labor. But it's like maybe we're developing some new ideas around what work is and what work means. And I'm getting the phrase like, many hands make light work. So it's like if we're all collaborating and working as a team, like on a spiritual level, like I'm getting that we can create magic. I'm feeling like group meditation was a theme coming up for me this morning, like sitting and actually using our focused intention as a collective to create magic on Earth and to build physical things, build physical structures and houses and farms and resources, like, and doing it in a way where we have all of this leverage because of the spiritual knowledge. So it's like I'm really feeling, if you haven't already, it might be a good time to bring other people into your circle, or like bring somebody else into your physical circle, and thinking, well, okay, instead of me just being the guy, instead of me just being the spiritual guy, or me just being the spiritual girl in the group, it's like, you know how you sort of like, and this is my experience too, is like, we'll always be in these environments where like there's one or two of us and then a lot of other people are in the mundane. But it's like, instead of just being that odd one out, maybe we can start to build like more spiritual collectives that are like working on projects in the physical, and like we have so much leverage and we can really transform what the world looks like and what the idea of work looks like. Butterfly spirit, transformation is beautiful. Number 11, I'm filming this on the 11th, so that's master number there. But it did come out in the reverse, which sort of makes me think that potentially this is a transformation that will occur in the future, but maybe we need to work on something before it really happens, and we can step into like some kind of a new earth or a new world. I'm getting. I was talking about portals at the start. It's really stepping through a portal as a collective, like timeline shifting, group meditation, and just new ideas around what work is. And like abundance is all around us. It starts with the food. Everybody who I talk to, I tell them it starts with the food. Growing our own. But let's get an idea of your current energy, and then we might know where to sort of work towards. They did not want to go back in there. 8 of Pentacles in reverse and 6 of Wands. The 9 of Cups in reverse. And the Sun on the bottom. So nice. But I feel like this kind of supports what I was saying. Because I get the end of a tough cycle approaches, like I was saying. Full moon in Capricorn. And it's like, we're kind of letting go with this. Or there's been a lot of this energy here in the past. Like chipping away and working on the physical and like some kind of a physical project, maybe without a lot of leverage from the universe, but just like putting that hard work in. I'm getting learning the hard lessons, and like I just want to say there's always support from the universe, but sometimes it's like we're coming down in the 3D to learn 3D skills. Like if this whole experience was just about 5D and nothing else, we wouldn't have come here. So it's like there's a reason for us to be working in the 3D. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, there's been a lot of that in the past, and maybe it's like, okay, I've sort of come into a bit of a mastery here. I've done the corporate thing, you know, I've done the trade, you know, and I've like been on the ground, you know, I've been on the street, like I've been working with people face to face, and I've been working with people who don't fully understand that there are other things out there, and I'm kind of done with that. And maybe just take a second to celebrate your achievements here, because this is you and your current energy. So if you're feeling like this, don't feel imposter syndrome or anything. Like, this is you, and you deserve to be celebrated right now for the work that you've been done. If you're still here and this message is resonating with you, you've come into the completion of some kind of a tough cycle, and you should be really proud of the work that you've done, and you should be celebrated for that. So I hope you are celebrating all of your achievements. If not, just take a second to really reflect on how far you've come as a person on this spiritual journey. And all of these projects that you've completed, like, you've done really well to work through this. But it's almost like there's going to be a feeling of, like, needing to move to some kind of, like, new emotional level. Or it's like, I'm just getting, like, more emotional transformation is needed. Not in a way that is super obvious. But I'm just feeling maybe like there's going to be a bit of a call. There's going to be a bit of a call to move here from this energy here. I'll hide that. You weren't supposed to see that one. Move from this energy here to this energy here. Like, there's gonna be I really fumbled that whole thing, but yeah, there's gonna be a call here to move to that 10 of Cups. It is still out there. It's like, you know that it's still out there for you. And I feel like maybe it's an emotional position where you're not having to defend yourself all the time. You're like, look, like, I feel like I get what I want, but sometimes it's just like a bit of a fight to get there. Like, we always get there in the end, but, like, you know, there's always a lot of this. So it's like, maybe you just want to turn this around, but there's going to be some kind of a period of limbo or the unknown here. Like, there's going to be, like, a journey, but more of, like, an emotional journey within yourself. Because, like I was saying, there's been a physical completion here, but maybe it's the way that you relate to other people and the group dynamics. I did say that at the start, didn't I, about the ape? Like, I knew that ape was coming up for a reason. Like, maybe this emotional thing is like, okay, like, how do I feel around people? Like, I feel like you've come a long way, but do I really feel safe? Do I really feel safe to be myself, my authentic self? Because, like, where we're going, it's some kind of, like, new earth shift into the 5D. Where we're going, there's going to be a lot of vulnerability. Like, there's going to be a lot of sharing and, like, showing up as ourselves and, like, not being able to hide, I'm getting. So it's like, maybe that's what this journey is about. It's like group dynamics. And, like, the wolf, it's interesting, eh? It's this pack animal that works as a collective, as a group, but it kind of does its own thing at the same time. You know, it's kind of both. Like, they're very, like, autonomous wolves, but then they come in as a pack, and it's like, man, maybe when I'm by myself, I can, like, I can feel this energy of the sun, but, like, maybe when I'm with a group and working on something, I get real serious, and, like, I don't want to, like, joke around, and, like, you know, Capricorn energy, but, like, we're kind of moving into a new phase of our life here where maybe we can relax when other people are around. Like, when we're having face-to-face conversations, like, maybe we can feel more regulated and we can be calm. Like, when we're dealing with other people and working on projects, and then as a result, it's like work gets easier or something. There's some kind of theme there. But I know, for men especially, it's hard to, like, hang out unless we're just doing something. Like, it's like a lot of men need to, like, have their focus elsewhere for us to, like, have friendly, like, hangouts and interactions. Like, we have to be, like, playing a game or, like, playing golf or, like, doing something. You know what I mean? It's like we have to be working on something, which is, like, fine. But it's like there's some kind of energy around, like, I'm just getting vulnerability. I'm just getting really showing up as ourselves here, as that Six of Wands, and celebrating, like, who we are in a really, like, fun way. Like, and we don't always have to be working on something to, like, connect with people. It's kind of a weird frequency. But yeah, let's just clarify this Nine of Cups in reverse even more. because I mean, it wasn't really a tangent because we were getting like the sun and the moon and the Seven of Wands in reverse. So, okay, King of Swords, that's upright. Oh, there's other cards under that. And then the Lovers. Okay, and then the Four of Cups in reverse. So getting that kind of like serious energy too, like I was saying. This is your past position. So, you know, I was saying like when there's other people around, it's like we don't want to be all like fun and goofy, like, because it's like there's like work to do, or like we're coming from some kind of a social program where we're all like in the matrix and we're all working. So it's like we don't want to look. Maybe it's just like the way that other people see you. Like there might be other people around you that like have to work a lot and they're kind of in some kind of a cycle where they're not all about ease and making life easier. They're sort of in that race. So then when you're around them, like potentially like you're like moving through higher dimensions and stuff. So you're just like, yeah, dude, like I get it. But like, you know, money's like an energetic thing. And like, I'm trying to use like positive affirmation, and like, I don't want to talk about how things are expensive because like, I know it's energy. Like you're like there. And then when other people are around you and they're like, man, like money's hard. You're like, yep. It's tough out here through gritted teeth or something. It's like you don't want to fully show up as your authentic self because like you got to be serious and like you got to lead from a place of logic here. Like, don't you want to be logical like us? You know, like there's some kind of energy there. And then the Lovers, and it's like you're like, man, there's people out there for me. I know there is. Like, I don't want to be this guy all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm tired. It's like full moon in Capricorn. The end of my tough cycle is approaching. Like, do I have to be the King of Swords all the time? And you're like, no, there's got to be other people. It doesn't even have to be a relationship. It can just be people who relate to you. Or like I was saying right at the start, bringing other people into your circle a bit here and like trying to plant those seeds in people and guide them along a little bit. Like I understand, like, you can only lead a horse to water kind of thing, but, like, people will grow when you plant those seeds in them and you show them that there are better ways to live and there are better ways that we can create abundance by, like, working as, like, some sort of community or co-op, or just, like, making better decisions as a community and, like, deciding to put our time into something like a group manifestation or a group meditation to try and like shift and like call on our guides collectively to make positive change here. Like, we don't have to do it all in the physical. And like, this is just giving me here the vibes of like, I can't reach my full potential here. Like, I can't move into this 10 of Cups frequency when I'm constantly having to talk to people about King of Swords stuff 24/7. You know, it's like this, you're like, I know there's more to this. Like, I know that life should be a blessing. I show myself every day through synchronicity that spirit has my back. This is you saying this. And it's like, potentially there's something holding you back, or there's some frequency that needs to be let go of. And it's like, maybe something about just being your unapologetic self and just fully celebrating you and your gifts, and almost turning some people off. And like, some people are just going to be like, oh, I can't stand to be around this person anymore. Like, they're so woo-woo or something. But that's when you attract more of your tribe. And you can be like naked, like not in a physical way, but like you can just expose yourself for like who you are. You can just show up without any of these mental clothes, like this mental covering up. Like, you can just fully just be yourself. And it's like, you won't be so bored all the time. And then things aren't going to feel like this all the time, because that's where you are, but it might just feel a bit more like this. Like, so, you know what I mean? Like, giving each other gifts and stuff, you know, like spiritual gifts. And it's like, let's just hold on a second here and not worry too much about like making more money. Let's just stick with what we got for a second here, and let's let's like redefine what truth is and the collective reality, because like our reality that we're in, it's all of these parameters that we like agree upon. Like, this is going to sound so far out, and please don't go trying this at home or anything, but I've literally thought, like, man, if we all, like 8 billion of us, agreed that we could fly through the air, could we? Like, think about that. Like, I know that sounds super far out, but it's like we just have collective ideas about like what gravity is and stuff. And it's like I said, don't go trying to fly on me now and sending me a message saying I tried to fly and it didn't work. But I'm just saying, like, we have collective parameters that we agree upon, and like our reality works a certain way. I understand there are energetic laws, and there are things that always work in this reality. But I think a lot of what we see is like concrete, and this is how the world works. It's just not. So, I'm sort of losing my train of thought here, but that's what I'm saying. Like, redefining what the truth is as a group, and it's like we can have so much more leverage here. I'm just getting we can do things, and it's just gonna become a lot easier because we will have leverage from spirit, and we can do everything we got to do. We can grow food, we can build houses, we can build iPhones and, like, you know what I mean, instruments, and like have events and have schools, and we can do everything we're doing now. But we can do it like with leverage, with like earth magic, with the help of the fairies and that sort of stuff, you know what I mean? That light's kind of going out too. What a pain, because this is a really good reading, so I'll keep it running, but it might look a bit darker than it did. Like that light up there is just going. Don't dim your light on me now. This is a really beautiful frequency here. I just think that there's gonna be a lot of fine tuning here around relationships, and it might take a bit of sacrifice in the sense that you might have to sacrifice like who you're showing up as, and I don't think that part of you was for you anyway if it's not authentic. Like, I think that this is really about being your authentic self and like attracting that actual tribe so that you can like do things in a completely new way, in a completely cardinal way here. Look at that peacock spirit, let it shine, dude. You can't even make it up, and I'm talking about the light going out. Keep it shining, eh? Like, this is serious. And 46, like 4 and 6 make 10. It's so bad without the light. I apologize. But that's the clock ticking over. Like, that's the new cycle right there. Like, that's the change. Vulture spirit, nothing is wasted. So even with this transformation that's happened and these parts of you that are needing to let go of, and this makes the 9 too, 63. So it's almost like going back from 10 to like make sure that this old stuff is like really cleaned up, because it's like I was saying, you can't, some of this stuff, you can't bring it into the new life and bring it through the portal. Like, the authenticity is required here. Like, you can't be someone that you're not. Because then it's like, none of it's going to work, because it's not going to be emotionally fulfilling, and you're going to be maybe just playing the same game that you have in the past, and like having to work really hard on everything, like without leverage. It's like, wake up call. Like, you're going to have to you're going to start getting messaging around. Then, like, it's like this cycle of hard work has happened for a reason, but it's like you've gotten everything you need to get out of that. Like, the cycle is complete. Like, working hard in the 3D and letting that be the only way that you get things done, that cycle's done. And like, you've sort of got all the juice you can out of that situation in terms of knowledge, and it's time to move on. So you're going to start to like receive negative synchronicities around like not being your full authentic self, and trying to like attract a tribe that's more in line with what you're trying to do. Skunk spirit, know your worth. So it's like, you are this special gem, like, and you are who you are for a reason. Like, you have so much to contribute on this new earth, and it came out in the reverse. So there might just be some doubt here around your self-worth. Maybe when you're not working on stuff. So it's like, you feel really good when you're getting projects done and achieving things. Because it's like, yeah, now I'm worth it. Like, I'm worthy and I belong here. And it's like, you are worthy no matter what you're doing. Like, and maybe you need to come into a better knowing of that. Or a more complete knowing of that. Just get some advice around the... there's some kind of self-worth issue here. And I'm seeing a lot of yellow on the board. So just maybe affirmations around your self-worth, I think, could be really helpful for you at this time. Yeah, maybe like your dreams need a practical plan. So it's like knowing that the details are taken care of is probably going to be enough for you. Like if you're stressing about, okay, like I have a new project that I got to complete now, or like a new work thing, or I'm going to work on finding a new relationship. It's like get really practical and like start writing things down and maybe create some more clarity around the details. Like going right back to the start, like Virgo is about the details here. And maybe like in giving to other people and sharing your energy and what you've learned from this cycle, it's like you can be really giving to yourself as well, because you sort of know what you want to create now, just through experiencing some level of contrast. But maybe, yeah, start to really, as you process this cycle that's closed out, and like you're kind of like, yeah, just like processing it, like doing a like a debrief or something, you know what I mean? Like at the end, like just write out the things that you learned and the things that you want next time, and you know, they need a practical plan, your dreams. So that's probably going to help this worth thing, instead of looking back into the past and looking at the people that you've been dealing with and getting some kind of a feeling of self-worth from like those people or like an old project. You can get self-worth by like looking ahead at like what you're going to do and knowing that your ideas have value, and like you need rest, and like you've done a lot of work, so it doesn't matter if you slow down. Like you have self-worth and you have so much to contribute, but you know, life has seasons, and it's like just sort of knowing what your next move might be is going to help you here. But the more you step outside of your comfort zone, North Node, then the more it's going to feel a lot more natural to you. So I'm getting like exposure therapy. So like, and that's totally what that eagle thing in the book was saying, like being scorched, like under controlled conditions or something. So like slowly putting yourself out there more and more and just being more of yourself, or like maybe you're doing that already, just like throwing little bits of your authentic self out there and seeing what works and what feels aligned with you. That might be happening right now, and I'm getting the more that you do it, it's like exposure therapy. Like you're just gonna start to step into this new life, these things that you thought were impossible previously. I'm really getting that, like group meditations and like getting people, bringing them into your circle, or like maybe retraining the people that are around you and showing them that there are better ways. This light's really bothering me, so I'm gonna call it a. Like I hope that this reading helped. It felt a little bit scattered at the end there, but I feel like there's a really clear message here. And it's definitely that we're definitely in the process here of creating new ideas around what Earth is and what it looks like, what work looks like. Work can be much more enjoyable here. I'll just get some final messages and pull like a gratitude card or something, and then we'll just bring it home. Sorry about that. Hey, like, that's, I don't know what's going on there with that light. It was probably a good time to leave it anyway. Judgment. 8 of Swords. 9 of Swords in reverse. Okay, interesting. It's like, I feel like either you don't see how it's possible to maintain your current situation by fully being yourself, or when you don't answer the call and you aren't following your like full higher purpose in line with source and your higher self by being your true authentic self, it's like you don't see the details, or like you don't see how it's affecting your path in life or your mission. So the advice really is to like let go of any anxiety around that, because you are protected, and anybody that doesn't want to be around your energy, if you're fully being yourself, anybody who doesn't want to be around you like doesn't belong around you anyway. So it's all love here. But yeah, really let go of that anxiety, or try to, and just through exposure therapy, like by showing up as your true self, I think that might really help you. How's this coming out? Wear your favorite colorful outfit. So this is so in line with everything that I'm saying. Hey, it's like, be bold and really put yourself out there and like turn heads and like get attention just by doing things that maybe you would potentially want to be a bit more reserved or something, or a bit more professional. Like there's something around that. Like really put yourself out there here. So yeah, wear your favorite colorful outfit. Wear it today, tomorrow, or this week to feel good and spread joy. Wearing a color you love can boost your mood. It can bring color to your own day and that of others. Be bold, be bright, be beautiful. Celebrate your uniqueness. Even though I fumbled that at the end, I'm sorry. Celebrate your uniqueness. I love it. It was a great message regardless. So thank you guys. Sorry about all of that. That was a bit off the rails there, but I know that there were some messages in there for you. There were some good messages, and I really appreciate you showing up anyway. And yeah, just be yourself, because there's nobody out there that's like you. Like everybody has their own unique birth chart. There is literally not a human in the world who is exactly like you, even twins. Like we're all different. We're all here for different reasons. We have different superpowers, different ways to contribute. And yeah, if there's one thing to take away, it's like show up as yourself no matter what, because it's beautiful. So thank you guys. I really appreciate you sharing the space with me, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.